emotions and self-talk, who is controlling who?
It's like marriage. It might look like one is controlling the other, but behind closed doors, everything goes the two-way street. So listen, first of all, an emotion gets expressed through spontaneous self-talk. If I'm angry, I'm gonna tell myself I'm angry. I would never tell myself I'm angry if I'm not angry. Okay.
Yeah.
Goal-directed self-talk tries to control the emotion. So it's gonna say calm down. That's the theory. So far, so good. The problem is that my emotions infect my goal-directed self-talk. So if you've been, let's go back to the marriage situation, because that's very, very clear. If you have a partner and you had an argument about who should do the dishes or whatever it is, or you have never not done anything in the house in the past 3 months, and you start arguing, you're actually trying to be reasonable. You reason and you give your arguments. But if you really look back, you know that your arguments were emotionally biased. And we do that a lot. So I try to make my goal-directed self-talk control my emotions, but my emotions have infiltrated my goal-directed self-talk. That's why I'm telling you. That's when you asked me about stress. I said, people when they're stressed, they try and control their emotions. It's because the emotion has taken over reason. You shouldn't try to control emotion. You should try to control your behavior. Okay. But because I'm anxious, I'm telling myself, don't be anxious. Come on, calm down. But don't be anxious, calm down is emotionally biased, goal-directed self-talk. If you were calm, you were reasonable, you would say, I know it's normal to be anxious. If I'm anxious, what I have to tell myself is play a high percentage game. Tennis players you're going to see in Wimbledon, the good ones, some of them, when they're nervous, well, they just say, okay, I'm nervous. What's my tactic playing nervously? But the ones whose emotions infiltrate their goal-directed self-talk, they're going to start fighting those emotions, get distracted from the game, get mentally exhausted by trying something which is almost unachievable. Our emotions are a very basic response to our environment. As long as the environment remains the same, our emotional response will more or less remain the same. How do you want to be calm being out there? Imagine you're there's 10,000 people or 6,000 people and they're against you. How do you want to make yourself feel okay with that? Well, you won't be okay with that. You're going to make a mistake, they're going to clap, and you're going to feel absolutely unjustly. You're going to feel the people are against you. You feel that's an unjust situation. They shouldn't be clapping your mistakes. That's just they're not respectful. That will make you angry. It will always make you angry. There's no way of talking yourself out of that. Now I'm angry. Okay, let's accept that. And how can I move on from there? So yeah, the relationship between emotions and self-talk is very complex. So let's say the most interesting thing is that emotions lead to spontaneous self-talk. Through spontaneous self-talk, we recognize what emotions we are. And then we try and deal with those emotions. If we can remain emotionally unbiased, we're going to make more functional decisions. If we're emotionally biased, well, we'll probably make less functional decisions. It's just like, when you're fighting with your wife about who's doing the chores, that you remember and use the argument about who did what last year, which then just makes the whole problem escalate. Because even if you try to solve the problem, you made it worse. When the reasonable thing was just to say, you're right, honey, I will try better next time.
Hey, if you've enjoyed that video, then you can click right here to watch the full unedited version of that episode. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel by clicking the button below. I'll see you soon.